Alright guys, another quick video. Ran into my first problem. I don't know if you remember in the last video I mentioned a discrepancy in the bolt size or the screw size for these servo studs. When you read on the left side it said servo post installation, it says put the arms on using a M3x6 round head screws provided. Then you look in the picture and it says M3x8s, so 2mm difference button head screws. Well, there were a bunch of these 6, and I assumed it was, you know, if you read the instructions it says 6, but the picture says 8, so I used the 6 like I said. Well, the problem with the 6 is they don't go very far into the stud. So when I put the servo on here to, you know, do all the alignment for this this pin, the screw right here stripped because it didn't have enough teeth in there. So what I decided to do, and I don't know if they got it backwards, that you're supposed to use the 6mm on the crown, on the main gear hub, and use the 8 on the studs like the picture, or what. But the picture for the hub and the instructions say, just says M3 screws, and then the picture says 8mm. So what I am doing is, I had one of these a couple years ago. I had, you know, T-Rex 700 and a Vibe, and I bought these screw kits with these forget what they're made out of. But anyways, there's stainless steel screws is really all they are. Well, I have a bunch of these button head screws left over in the 3mm. They're a little bit longer, so what I'm doing is I'm going to use these on the crown gear, and the problem was I couldn't use them on the servos because they would actually go through the block and hit the servo on the inside. So the 8mm are perfect. They pretty much sit flush and don't hit the servo, so it gives it that bite that it needs to keep from stripping. Because the 6mm, I mean, they probably got in there maybe two threads, and it stripped right out when I tried to tighten that one. So I'm going to put 8mm for the servo arm, or for the servo studs, and use these 10 or 12mm for the crown gear. You can see they stick up a little bit, but there's nothing that it hits. You know, it doesn't extend past anything. You can see the regular size, and then the 2 that I put in so far. May not be a problem for you, but that's what I'm going to do. So just wanted to show you guys that. And like they were talking about in the instructions, they want you to put the servo on and put the pin in. They provide you with 3 of each. Looks like 3 Fataba type and 3 JR. So I just screwed it in, used some bolts that I had, and that's when I was tightening the backs down, because once you put this on the top or to the mid frame, you can't tighten these. These you can tighten and adjust afterwards, but the back servo here, you have to do it before you put it on. So anyways, just an update. I'm gonna get these changed back out, and then I'll be bolting the assembly back together. So until next time, you guys have a good one.